Hey there, and welcome to the Art of Animation Resort here at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. It's a value resort here in Disney, and it is a fun one for sure. Relatively new here at Walt Disney World, it combines a lot of the great stories that you know and love from all around Disney, from Pixar, Little Mermaid, and so much more. We're going to head on in here right now through these doors. If you saw our Pop Century video, you know that this kind of entryway area is very similar to Pop Century. To the left, we're going to spin around real fast here, and you'll see this little area where kids can sit back, relax in the AC, and watch a movie. There's a TV there right behind that bench over there, which is pretty cool. But look at this lobby as you make your way through here. It's super colorful and super fun. On the left-hand side, oops, we're going to go right first. Yep, I'm moving. On the right-hand side, you see drawings of some of those famous characters that we know and love. And on the left, you'll see those paint cans. It's a resort that takes your breath away in a big way. It's pretty cool. So as you walk through here, you'll notice there's a really cool kind of colorful floors, colorful walls. There's color everywhere, and there's different drawings on the wall and like animation things. If you look up in the ceiling, we're going to see that in a minute. It's a really cool chandelier. On the left-hand side here, we got Disney's Vacation Club along with the Business Center. As I mentioned from Pop Century, how much longer are these business centers going to be here? I like them. I'm glad they're here. Free internet, a way to print out your boarding pass if you're still using that. But yeah, it's unique. There's also an ATM if you need to use it, which is very, very helpful. All right, if we're turning left over here, this is where you'll find the bus transportation to perhaps the Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, different water parks. However, if you are headed to Epcot or Hollywood Studios, you're very likely going to be taking the Skyliner, one of the best forms of transportation here at Walt Disney World, in my opinion. As you can see, straight across the way, there's another set of glass doors over there where you can get into the shop, which we're actually going to go into from this direction, so I can kind of cover everything so you can get a really good layout of this resort if you're thinking about staying here, or perhaps you're considering it for a future trip, trying to weigh out the different options. It's one that's definitely fun. Straight up in the ceiling here, you'll see that chandelier I was talking about before. We can see depictions of the different animations, maybe the pictures that they used as they were putting the animations together, where you could spend so long in here looking at all the different pictures, kind of analyzing all the different brushstrokes. It's so cool how they've done this. Now, here we are in the arcade. It's a pretty large arcade here at Art of Animation. It's so large, it goes all the way back. It feels slightly larger than the one at Pop Century, where you can find pinball. You can find Pac-Man. I've said Pac-Man every single time. You can find classic games where you throw the ball at the clowns. You can find Fruit Ninja, racing games, photo opportunities right there, really cool, and so much more. But it keeps going and going and going, so we're going to loop around here real fast and make our way back out. But it's really great to see, again, all these people enjoying a really cool arcade. Now we're going to go ahead into the ink and paint shop. This is the merchandise spot here at Art of Animation, where you can find some really cool items. Again, we're going to focus specifically on the items that you can mostly only find here at Art of Animation. Love this Little Mermaid one that kind of fades from the pink and red to the white. Then you got Little Mermaid again. Looks like a water shirt right there for kids. And then a Crush one right there with a dark blue kind of going to the white. Very, very cool. You got your paint brushes with the Art of Animation theme. Mugs there. I would love that one. Some magnets, maybe plates, and those pens that are paint brushes. You definitely want to take a closer look at some of those. In addition, they have tons of other merchandise, which most of you can find all around Walt Disney World, from the Munchlings to different plush characters, candies, cookies, popcorn, different mugs, toys, all sorts of things, and of course pin trading, which you can find at this resort as well. They also have more on this side. Take a closer look up at the kind of up higher. You can see everything looks like it's in a paint can. That's pretty cool. I love that theming here at Art of Animation. More of those bags, Loungefly bags on the left-hand side, tons of shirts, lots of plushes, and so much more. We're going to continue walking around here. Through that glass door straight ahead of us and to the right a little bit is how you'd get out to the buses. So as I mentioned earlier, there are many different exits and entrances all around this resort, but that's a really helpful one if you're thinking about taking the bus and you're also doing some shopping. Let's go ahead and move into the dining area here at Art of Animation, Landscape of Flavor. Now, Landscape of Flavor is, again, one of the more recent additions to one of the resort dining spots, but it's kind of basic. It's not that amazing. You got a lot of, there's an ID tag right here and a lot of pressed penny locations throughout. Look at the theming at some of these sitting areas here. They've got different theming for different shows, maybe Pixar or perhaps a Little Mermaid area. You can find a very subtle theming, but I love the waves and the ceiling and the open feel throughout this entire area. Super, super nice. You can find burgers and fries, chicken nuggets, kind of the standard food that you'd expect from a quick service spot here at a value resort. Nothing I'd go out of my way for, except for perhaps some of the ice cream treats that they have, which can be kind of unique depending on the time of year. So they have special cupcakes sometimes and so much more. Now we're going to go ahead and exit at this point. Just kind of looking a little bit more at Landscape of Flavors, those really cool kind of light fixtures up above. You've got the pictures on the wall there hanging up, and of course your refill areas for your resort refillable mugs or your one-time cups, which is nice. Now we're going to go turn to our right now, and we're crossing by the Big Blue Pool, which is one of several pools here at Art of Animation, but this is the Big Blue Pool. This is the big one, okay, where you can find not only a big pool, but a splash area as well. Again, reserved for resort guests, but it is a nice large one. Not too many special frills or amenities, but really well themed. You can find Dory and friends all throughout the Big Blue Pool area. Now we're going to continue on just a bit here and check out the Drop-Off, which is the bar here at Art of Animation and at the Big Blue Pool. It's open, as you can see, to those visiting as well, where you can find special signature libations and maybe even some snacks when you're enjoying Art of Animation. Now we're going to go ahead and make our way, a little fast forward here as we go to the first of several sections here at Art of Animation. This is the Cars area. Now there are 4 unique sections here. We saw the Big Blue. We're going to get a closer look in a bit, but this is where you can find Radiator Springs and Cars. Of course, those games on the lawn area there. But you can see they've got the theming right off the bat, where you can see Doc, and he's actually sitting on a really spongy ground here. If you're here, I'd recommend taking a kind of feel right there and stand on the spongy ground. It's kind of cool. It's unique. And you walk along this street as you make your way into Radiator Springs. You'll notice your favorite characters, special theming. Look at the side of the building there. Look at the buildings themselves, the special cars throughout. Everything here has been themed to match with the Art of Animation Resort and Radiator Springs. Even Tow Mater's over there. We're going to go through here towards another pool here at Art of Animation, where those who are staying here can enjoy as well. We're just checking it out from this vantage point over here. Now we're going to go ahead and make our way back to that central area, past the Big Blue Pool, and now towards the Lion King section. Now this section is, of course, as you would imagine, themed with the Lion King. There's Rafiki. Check out the sides of the building again, where you can see a very unique theme coming along here with the different sections here at Art of Animation. There is Simba. He's looking proud right there, and that's where you can actually make those s'mores right in front of him at the end of the night. Again, all resorts do it here at Walt Disney World. You just got to figure out what time those marshmallows are cooking. Now we're going to continue making our way around this resort, really appreciating the feel that you are in maybe the Lion King story, right? From the trees kind of sculpted against the buildings to the shadows of animals throughout this entire area. They've even got a villains area here as part of the Lion King section. Not too bad, it's just meant to be just a story at this point, not scary, but there's Scar as he greets the end of the section here, as he's thinking about wanting to be king himself. He's pondering. He's been pondering that for a while. As we walk through here, you'll notice the bamboo on both sides. I love it when Disney and these different resorts have bamboo. It adds something to it. Now we're going to go ahead and make our way to another section of Art of Animation. It's all connected here by these walkways, and it's the Little Mermaid section. Now this section is specifically made with those standard rooms in mind. Most of the other spots here at Art of Animation are suites, right? Meant for larger families. But the Little Mermaid section has the standard room. So if you're thinking about staying at Art of Animation and you want a standard room, it's more than likely you're going to be placed here at the Little Mermaid section. Now, is it a bad thing? No, of course not. It's great theming. Gotta love it. But it is a bit of a walk if you're thinking about going to the main building, getting some food, maybe a resort refill, a mug refilled. You're going to have to be considering that when you're staying all the way back here in the Little Mermaid section. Of course, there's another pool back here. Look at that theming again with the lights mounted on those little crow nest areas. I love that. On the sides of the buildings, you can see the bubbles, the different fish playing. So cool. And then the larger-than-life structures and statues that you can find all around. There is Ariel right there with Flounder. Great to see him kind of greeting you here at the end of the Little Mermaid section. Now we're going to go ahead and continue walking around Art of Animation. I'm going to show you kind of the perimeter view because we've walked through at this point. I'm going to show you that there is another walkway that goes kind of around the outside of Art of Animation. It's right here. It's part of the running track that you can also find here, and you can get a great view of the Skyliner system as it kind of drifts along the waterway here at Art of Animation. We're going to speed it up as we make our way around here, but you can very clearly see it's a really nice walk, some shade from those trees and the buildings, which are super nice. Artwork throughout. There was Ursula. That's so cool. And we're going to continue walking around again. The theming is going to change as we go through this area here. We're back at the Lion King section. Look at the different artwork against these buildings. It's really fun and whimsical, great for the whole family. And as we make our way around this corner, we're making our way back to the Finding Nemo section. Ooh, there's, of course, Pumbaa right there. Cool. There's Dory and Squirt. Very, very cool. And we're making our way to the Finding Nemo section. We're now in it, and we're around the outside. Again, we're taking the perimeter route at this point around Art of Animation, but I wanted to give you a quick look at this section as well. Here we are at the restrooms near the end of the resort, at the very, very end near the Generation Gap Bridge, where you can find your entrance to the Disney Skyliner. A fun way to get around Disney and a great way to get to Hollywood Studios and Epcot if you want to go. Here are these restrooms again if you need to use them before you head on the Skyliner. And then this is the kind of exit area of the Big Blue Pool, which is really fun for the whole family. And as we're making our way towards this direction, you'll see there's a kids kind of play area. It's fun for the littlest ones in your traveling party. You don't get wet at this spot, just a small little slide, but the theming again is really top notch here at Art of Animation. Again, those fish kind of along the building and you make your way around. It's a relatively basic resort with basic amenities, not too exciting in terms of like things to do at the resort, but if you're looking to save a bit of money, especially if you have a larger party, Art of Animation is a great spot for you. I sure hope you found this video helpful and informative if you're thinking about going to the Art of Animation, maybe debating it, thinking about it with your family. Hope it was helpful. Big thanks to our Patreon production team for making all of our content possible. Until next time, have a magical day, and I'll see you real soon.